welcome to yet another edition of Share with RKV. And today with me, when I went to them, Kagadeni Kankinawamba Serena, Funika Frat, when they said, Pass will be fun. I was in a middle of Bichigambo, SASHA VYBZ. Negative Maniani. Karimuzo with the Covitono, not all for right to Zoko Bella Previo, every movie as Zakora, Narachi, is SASHA VYBZ. The Managama Tufu, I'm to Fiani, but to get a pale Nakora. SASHA. Since you're now.
Nice. I'm so happy to be here.
How have you been?
I've been good.
Ekintu kizikizanga zinabangale mu COVID yokola. Nembuza ng'olikola otya. You know? So?
Do you know kwe yanga bulijjo manyi business yaffe, it's a little bit it's a creative industry. So bw'ofunye omukisa, you always have to be able to put out work whenever you can. Yeah.
So SASHA VYBZ linnya lyo is a Yerikola Sente. What are your real names?
SASHA VYBZ, I would say, is my stage name.
Okay.
Yeah, SASHA VYBZ nalifuna nga nkyali mu ssomero.
Okay.
Back in high school. I was an entertainment prefect. I remember that time narrator some film. There's a guy who was called SASHA.
Okay.
So the students at school ne bajagala nnyo. So they were nicknaming us SASHA. So Katerina nelitambula, was a detective. So nelitambula mpaka wenatuukira nga amaze okusoma in South Africa. Ninyongerako vibes because you know it was flowing together. Yes, the vibe. I'm such a vibe, so it became SASHA VYBZ. Yeah.
So what was your dream when growing up?
I mean, to be honest, for me, I've always been. I loved art. Okay. I loved art. I loved music. I loved everything to do with the industry. Okay. When I was entertainment prefect, I remember I used to, when I was asking for votes, I would perform for the students in class. I would mime. I would, you know, rhyme as well. So over there, Nina love your industry. You know, I had the vibe. I loved everything to do with entertainment. I was very good at fine art as well. So I think from there, for me, my imaginations, like all the stuff that I had in my mind, I always wanted to portray it because I was very, very shy, by the way. I never used to talk to people, never used to talk to girls. I was very shy. No, basically, I think it was the whole group, the crowd. Yeah, so I was mostly a loner. But in that loneliness of mine, I was a creative as well.
Okay.
So the only way I could express myself was through art. I would draw. I would, you know, paint pictures and stuff. So.
But are you very shy? Minds? Because why not about audience?
I don't know. To be honest, when I stepped on stage, I would just perform. it was like as if I was a natural.
Okay.
But when you sit a one-on-one, it was so hard for me. That's so bola. That's so bola. That's so bola.
Which way did shy? I
don't know. I think it's just no, not really. I have siblings who are guys as well. So I grew up in people. It's just, I don't know. It's just, that was my thing. But I think when I grew up, slowly by slowly, it started changing. So I was more expressive. I could talk to people. Even the industry that I'm in right now, I deal with a lot of people.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that changed.
So what are your real names?
Real names. Msajja Mchiga.
Okay.
My name's Kankwasa Ian.
Kankwasa Ian.
Born and raised in Kabale. Came to Kampala, I think, when I was in my Form 3.
Form 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you make Kabale or Form 3?
I don't know. Kabale bangoba kusomero. Naine fujo lingi kusomero high school. I led a strike. I was at Kigeza High School. One of those famous schools in Kabale. It has produced like the Luhakana Lugunda.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was trouble in high school.
Cutting a strike here at Merembi.
See, I remember what was the issue? I think it was the dormitories or something. Something to do with cleanliness. So the I remember that time were I think quite Mazevivuzo. So then guys, man, this is too much. They need to come and do some. They need to come and clean our dormitories because they're a mess. Call it. So I went. I remember it was prep time. And then Jack for the whole school. So I blew up the whole box, electricity box of the school.
Wow.
So the strike started. Someone snitched on me. They were taking and then they gave me an expelled me.
Senior 3.
I was in form candidates. Yeah.
Muzei.
Huh. But you see, my dad was he was a bit of an easy guy, to be honest. He never he wasn't that much of a tough person, really. I think he never did anything. He was like, okay, this is what you've chosen. Where do you want to go to study now? I told him, you know what? I think now he never did anything. He just told me, boss, this is your choice. You've made this decision. You've expelled yourself from school. So it's up to you.
Just like that?
Yeah, just like that. And I think from there and then I was more responsible because he handed me the opportunity of being responsible for my life. And he just told me, boss, this is your life. If you mess it up, it's on you. So again, I think my brother yali asomera in Kampala. I want to join my brother. Same school.
Plan the kids.
I just
can't imagine. Bakugoye ku somero and your mzee is like, katyosazeho bwotyo. Kati nonya jodda.
No, he handed me the opportunity. He gave me the keys. He told me, boss, you messed up your life. So it's up to you now. Decide what you want to do for your life. And I think from there,
you changed.
Yeah, I changed a lot because I was more responsible. I was like, you know what, man, this is your life. If you mess it up, it's up to you. It's all on you. So
watuka mu senior 3 wolaza wala Kampala.
Yeah, nenzija Kampala secondary school. Yeah, I put my life in order. Yeah, I put my life in order because
how
there.
How perform? Because Jukira, you have just changed and you get a candidate class, concentrating and stuff.
I was very smart in school. I loved arts, history. For me, that was my biggest win because I used to like telling stories. I used to like getting to know like information about like all these great people. So all that stuff, yeah. So I put my life in line and I performed very well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I said, okutandika okubeera ng'olimu okukyusa industry ya videos engeri gy'olaba nti kati olaba SASHA VYBZ engeri gy'akolamu videos za njawulo ddala. So wasookera mu filming oba watandikira ddala mu videos zino zennyini?
Munange wano wetutudde Serena walingawo offices ku Lutendo Kagwa wa Globetech. I was a photographer. I started as a wedding photographer.
Okay.
So Tendo gave me a job. I remember that time calling your weddings. I was a very good photographer. Almost every wedding is at Janga Bagara. Oli omusajja muwanvu mutinitini gwe twagala oyo gwe twagala. So it was word of mouth. I was very good at photography. Okay. Era nga mbyagala nnyo. So that's where I started from. Nkola weddings, nkola events as well, these corporate events, and yeah, at Globetech. That's where I started from. So I think I did it for like 3 years. 3 years, and then I remember talking to my dad. I was like, "Hey, Dad, I think I'm ready now to go back to because when I'm Form 6, I was like, you know, I don't want to go to university. I need to first work. Make money, take care of myself. Saved up some money as well as I was doing photography. Then I think I remember Nemgam, you know what? That I think I'm ready to go and join film school because for me that's always been my first love. And it's like, okay, fine. I think if this is what you want to do, yeah. So my dad has always been supportive, actually.
No, not your mom.
My mom as well. Kubanga, she was the soft spot. So whenever I would suggest something to my dad, I'm like, oh, man, again there.
I know. What you?
Mulaba byagezako kukola, kagende. Chayagala, muleka agende. So yeah, I went to South Africa. I didn't know anyone in South Africa. I remember there's a friend of mine who recommended me to another friend. Then I applied online at City Varsity. It's a film school. Then I got a friend of mine there who received me. And then summer for 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
No, they're not going to go. What was so recess?
Najanga every end of year. Then when the second year happened, I soka for a few months there, but I was like, you know what? So I'm South Africa. It's a bit saturated. There's it's too much competition there. Yeah, because there's so many friends of mine who are telling me Sigala or but I didn't see it that way. Me, I thought I was like, you know what? I think if I go back home, I'd have a higher chance of making it. Because back home, they need a little bit of push because industry a Charlie down. I think the skills and enough now. To be honest, for me, before I left, I'd shot some small videos.
Okay.
But I think when I went to film school, I got the confidence of even doing bigger things because then I knew I was in the people who knew exactly what they were doing. So I was like, you know what? I think let me just come back home and elevate the industry because they really, really needed it. Yeah. So but you know what? Let me come back. Skube.
So what is that? What does
kati kyali kubanga nzikira yali ani yali that time when Ready and Wiz had broken up. Yali Jeff Chiwa when I was still in my actually in the last year never bookinga and they flew me from South Africa kuja shooting a video ya Shiba ya Jordan.
Okay.
I don't know if you know the song.
No.
So yeah, I found out it was actually Jeff who flew me to Uganda. Nganchali film school. My last year.
It was expensive. Wow.
So when I came, I think I'd value what I was Saja in Uganda.
Yes.
Yeah, no one like knew. But I remember when I was on set, we had like so many people that day. So many people came, like industry people. I remember Nenga people would fight. Hey, guy was simple, small dreadlocks, very tiny. Kanze. So yeah, and we shot the video, shot Jordan. South Africa. Then I went, finished the video, and just Syndica.
Because I just particular.
Jeff just South Africa. Bali bakola nyo shows. So now Nsanga is a friend of mine who introduced me to him. Nanga baba yelo no muka asomera wano. Alimu gundi ya soma film bichi akari bichi series work. So I had done videos for Face Off and Eddie Kenzo. I don't know if you know the song called Stress Free.
Yes.
I did it when I was still in my first year. Wow. So the buzz was around. Guy Choy. So he saw my work. He saw the potential. Nanga mamanye. Neto no guy to same industry. So big up to him, man, because I would say he's one of those few people who discovered me as well. And I thank him so much for what he did.
So after that song, that video.
So when I did Jordan, I'm gonna call already Stress Free and cause another video for Face Off. From there, video netabuka.
SASHA vibes natabuka.
Yeah.
Who is he?
That was Who Is He and she. I think I remember finishing my film school in Nkomao. I worked with Kenzo, worked with Bebeku, worked with Juliana.
It's very expensive.
Kati videos are as Charlie's allies. At that time, well, I would say it was too much because I remember it was like around 5 million Ugandan shillings. Video ya bay nyo. Wanga industries at that time video was kwa kakade. That was the so I think I would say it was one of the most expensive videos back then. Not to blow my own trumpet, but I think
I know.
Yeah, then when I came back, because you see, the industry needed a shift that so many Ugandans needed, because twirling at phase where we're trying to branch out and push our industry out. So I think I came at the right time. I came at the right time when the industry was also growing. They needed a bit of a shift, and yeah, came in at the right time.
Industry wajisangocha Uganda, how like
yali kaluba sija kulimba teyali nyangu kubanga working with our artists here was one of the hardest.
How hard?
Abantu abasinga bali tebali professional. I'm not going to mention names, but
it's okay.
it was because you see, I'd gone to film school and these are basics. I was very organized, keep time, this. So you'd set a video shoot for, let's say, like sawa satu zokumacha omwimbi najja sanga munana. Yeah, you've been on set, your crew is seated for like 5 hours. You don't just come, show up late.
Kati ngagamba mbuchi
Simanyi nga yasuze mu show, simanyi yasuze mu ndongo. So it was a bit of a setback. And most of the times I would have so many issues on set because you would set things and then osanga kati wa book is a location but from this time to this time. Ugenda otuuka nga bayimba go ku location. Obudde buweddeko, so you have to change and get a plan B and get another location.
So it wasn't easy.
To be the directors, kubanga tumuyimbi tosobola kutanga kumugamba why.
Sasha location.
He's an okukuba.
About the scripts. Was the kolera oba muyimbi ajane ideas?
Most of the times omuyimbi wampa oluyimba aba asuubira kumukolera ku script. But oluusi baba ne ideas zaabwe, so they give you the ideas as well. Those combining and no jam script. One script and then you follow that. Yeah.
Never bali Rick yangagamba ne dance njagala kino
njagala. Je bali ate oluusi bajja nagamba njagala ngeyo video ejo ku doli. Jobompa kyennyini nemugamba tulina okyusaamu so akuwa exactly what what I've already shot. Njagala ngeyo yennyini. That tulina okuyiya tulina okyusaamu. So it was a bit of a hustle back in the day.
Okay. Otunula bwoti olaba videos zisinga zendabye zonna. Esinga olanga Afrobeat, dancehall kind of stuff like olaba nti na omuntu wa band wakadde banga nti band music. Ojjota ne idea oba n'okuba nti no video ezo ozikyusiza nnyo okuba nti oluyimba neruba nga si terulina ekyo ekigunda olina engeri gy'ovuga ngeri vibrant. Osinzira ku ki?
I think when I came back nalabya ddala nga videos zaali zeetaaga waliwo ekidde kyali kibulamu mu music videos and the other videos zibeere ne vibe. You know, like when someone watches it they can enjoy it from the beginning to the end. So most of the times when I call videos zange saagala kubeeranga nnyo oluyimba kikyaliko. Because yes, I mean our industry omuntu asobola okuyimba oluyimba nga lulimu ebintu nga 10.
Yeah, right.
So many ideas you can think of, but I think when I would get a song, for me the most important thing would be what is the song about? Is it a happy song? How can I make it? Because you see, people will still listen.
Yes.
But I want people to watch the video from the beginning to the end. So what I will do is, first of all, I will think of something that is striking, something that is rare, like a new location. Like it will just be something where people like when you watch the video, it gets your attention. You enjoy the song as well from the beginning to the end.
Okay.
So for me, I've always wanted to have vibrant videos.
I know, right?
Yes.
So I'm trying to remember which video soko kutunulira.
I think soka kutunulira muyimbi nga bwali yenga ye because they are brands and me, the instrument that puts out their brand to the audience, I have to make sure I make it so appealing.
Okay.
That omuntu bw'alaba video, first of all asoka kwagala brand y'omuntu. Nagamba wakabinya yambadde bulungi from head to toe. You saw how Shiba came out.
Yes.
All those things would plan from the beginning. Okay, who is Shiba? What is she going to be? How is she going to look in the video? Shagendo kwambala, vichi zagendo kwambala is striking.
All your work.
All those stuff would be a collaborative effort between me and the artist. Like, okay, no, katugenda kuyiyayo kyakabi katikono. Katubanyize. Tukole kyakabi, tukole something controversial. So would sit and plan. It was very, very intentional. So yeah, there's a lot of thinking that goes through videos.
Okay.
Sorry.
So how long do you take like to shoot a video or a song?
Video planning. I think we plan for mostly a week or two. This is now pre-production. Kunonya locations wetugenda kwatira badanza chibe tugenda kosa bagenda ku rehearsing you know what is the artist going to wear by no more measuring but everything. So pre-production yetwala obudde like a week or two. Then once we decide and everything has been confirmed, video mostly tera kubera ya nakulumu.
Okay.
Kubanga budget obo setize buli kimu obo hiring za matala obo organize everything, so it has to be one day. Okujjako maybe let's say some things like maybe enkube etwanye or some things temukifunye, then you have an extra budget of shooting the next day.
Hey, an extra budget eno already wajitadde mudda requisition eno.
Kati kiva ku muyimbi baba yakyayagala nga alabya ddala kyetwakoze kubanga some of these things are unforeseen.
Yes.
Watosuubira nkuba. So maybe yenga ye yaba ino footing a bireyo. Then mudemu shooting it for another day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Videos are very stressing,
right?
era nze most ntera okulaba abantu aba judging music videos ngamba naye these people don't know what you go through because it's so stressing, mostly shooting in Uganda. The things we go through, you can't imagine. It is so stressing. Kati nzijukirako lumu nga nkola video ya wale wale comedian. Oh God, I think that was one of the most stressing projects ever because naina yakadda nakava from the film school, new in the game. I'm a bit young. So it was so stressing organizing the video because I remember we had to carry almost like 20 people. We had young kids, the dancers, bouncers.
Yes.
Netutuka Karamoja. I think the car broke down. Dala. Ili kuboda somewhere close to Kidepo Mundeo. I think it's called Moroto. Close ne boda ya Kenya na Uganda, close to Turkana. Dala yomunda. The car broke down, equipment nefa, nkuba netonya. So abali ba planning ze shooting a video one day. Ati no jongera mauna kuloko. Omimbi naye natuuka ng'ako n'agamba nkoye. SASHA tika. Omusana mungi tuli ku set tuli ssaawa nga 7 Kamini n'agamba omanyi muganda
tukite kigaje
eze kwebaka.
That is you.
But I understood, so he went and slept because he had a show that night. I understood yali akoye bambi, so netusigala nga tukola some parts, so we had to plan now for the second day, the next day. I think atulina okudda e Kampala.
Wow. So kati ng'olinga wale Moroto ba Karamoja, like nga ebyuma kifudde okola otya? Do you order for a new one?
Of course, you have to.
Oba ogenda ng'olina buli kimu olina pair bbiri.
I think kiba kisa kya Katonda man. Kubanga I remember I was on set one day. Twakamala kushootinga. I was in Fort Portal during the lockdown. Tumaze okushootinga. Kamera negwa mu mazzi.
Ouch. Ne work yanagwayo yenna. Ali mu kamera.
Work yali safe.
Okay.
Ne kamera negwa mu mazzi. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. And these are things we've been about to be hiring. The rent is so you can't toina chogamba nanyini chuma.
I got too much.
It was crazy. Now try married is I had to compensate. But yeah.
The challenges you have faced.
Challenges, I think I remember when I had started in the industry, I mean you'd have the skill, but not everyone around you would be skilled to understand your goal and be on the same line. So you would be like, okay, kati njagala kino encha njagala color red, jema muteka ko katoli najja ngasize bibye nga asaji funye ntadeko blue. I'm like, boss, nakugambe tugenda kola color red. Ko bayambadde what? That means colors zigenda kola ki. So all those setbacks, I think, when I was starting, but also in the industry, most of the times when we are working, artists are also very challenging. Kubanga, they can be a bit of a nag in dealing with artists because, I mean, I understand these are celebrities.
Yes.
These are big people. There's the way they see the world. So some things don't sit well with them. However much, yes, they've paid you, they've done this, they don't see the goal at the end of the day. So it's not easy sometimes trying to put your ideas together.
Yes.
Trust me, it's gonna make the video worth the watch. So it's not easy sometimes dealing with artists. Yeah.
But I was a hard time.
Regardless we move.
Naye kamala okusobola okuset artist neyekyanga.
Babikola nnyo.
Sikyakoze. Natambula n'agenda.
Agamba tafunye kyayagala. Yeah, but I think sifunyeemu nnyo buzibu n'abayimbi. I think when I took Iranga, I've established myself and I've put my name on the spot. Most artists were really very, very humble and understanding because they were paying a lot of money, really, and it's their money online, you know, so they can't mess it up.
So do you refund?
Well, a chance. Why would I refund? It's like you book for me for an event. We want a client to show in the app. I've already booked. I've done my bookings. I've called my people. It's up to you. Yeah.
That often a situation, how do you calm that artist down? How do you handle?
I mean, I've been on set, very chaotic sets, but I think it's a director. Now that's when this skill comes in. As a director, you're supposed to handle such crisis. Sit everybody down, and of course, the command has to go through each and everyone. Yeah, so you have to be able to know how to talk to people, calm them down, because sometimes on set, egos.
I know, right?
People are dealing with so many things. People have come from different walks of life, so all those things you have to make sure you manage them as a director.
And remember, this is your boss.
So you know kubanga oli humble nnyo. Era most of the directors tell balabanga you can't want to step on an artist's head or so you but you have to be very humble and talk to each and every department so that they can both follow you and you achieve the goal at the end of the day.
I know. How long did it take you penetrating a market here for?
To be honest, I came in very fast. I wouldn't lie. It was just that one video that I did for Face Off, Stress Free and Eddie Kenzo. After that song, that was it.
Okay.
That was it. Like by the end of that year, I think I was just being nominated to the Director of the Year. Then I did Wale Wale. Wale Wale was the thing. Then I did Nkwatako.
Beautiful video, Wale Wale.
Yeah.
So, like Boba Okola video. Do you prep for yourself, you as a director, or which kind of artist, ne manager?
Buli omu balina okubeera mu sync with you. Wanga, if they're not in sync, that means baja kukola things that are different. Because you see, let's say I'm shooting on a green screen, Ngamba, don't wear something that is green. Kati yena janga yamba the green, of course. That means the green screen set is you do TV, so you know this as well. So move off. So you have to. Everyone has to be in line with what you're trying to achieve. Or color cook script. You want to script down everything. Or take more image references. Maybe find a niche. What we're going to call it out.
Yes.
To going to reference videos. Again, find a net. Everyone you know be taken so that everyone amanya what you're trying to achieve. So it's a hustle. It's a bit of work.
It's a hustle.
So videos in yangu, yeah. It's not easy.
It is not easy, but do you sometimes get the breakdowns na go monto? No breaking it down no gama tunyumanyi. Ono artist ali mukutte. Wazo sente sali zikutte nga unstore weredde.
I mean there's more.
Serious.
I mean there's more. Inafunanga nene ngamba ne bana. Kino ngenda kikola ntya. Ntuufu ddala nga ndabira ddala as a director, as my brand as well. Nga tebikwatagana. Ngamba nayo manyi kamubuzabuze ngambe sente nyingi wakiri agambe oluusi ne bazifuna ngamba manyi it's just work naye nga some songs really mulabira ddala mu butuufu ddala because you see I love the industry and I remember when I came back for me it was to elevate the industry. 2015 I got nominated for Video of the Year. That was Sastimu by Shiba. And Keyo, South Africa. Then Tulako as a nominee. And about the WizKids, literally I was sitting right behind their backs. And about P Square, but Diamond. And about man, this is it. That's 2015. But remember the music we already call early international music. Yes. That was when the Afrobeats now they were cooking. Remember, you know what? I think I'm going to make it my mission. At least, Rubanga Komeo, Sarah Bayan, the director and the cover, I get is nominated. But at least, in that Komao, I push the industry to make sure Uganda break through. Because we have very, very talented, very good talented artists.
True, I agree with you.
Because most of the times in Uganda, we learn from the job. Like we have so many skilled people. Even people are so talented. We get from literally zero. We work from literally zero to become who we are. That's how talent. We have so much talent in this industry. So for me, I've always wanted to push the game out. And I think by last year, I remember after lockdown, Agamba, you know what? I think let me start making moves now.
Okay.
Start making moves, go to the US, go to Ghana, do movies there, get the network, still bring it back home. That's really, really where I want to see the industry.
But do you think Boba directors were not embracing the change you wanted? What did you take out?
Yeah, directors wagezezako kubanga sijja kulimba. Seen people like Jalai, people like Great Meg, people like Marvin Musoke. We all have the same ambition. Want to see the industry, you know, competing with other industries. So yeah, yes.
You are saying
they both want the same.
Okay, yeah. But do you think the artists are appreciating your hard work?
Yeah, they do. They do. To be honest, industry, as you have to invest in it. Maybe what they sent and all they'll still come back.
Okay.
They appreciate. They want good things. You know, I know artists who really work so hard to make sure they raise the budget. Ngenda kwa SASHA come what may. And then many blood. Kankoyo zino nainja kuleta balance. You know what? Because you see, I also love when someone ngayagala kukola nawe nga awulira yesunze nga you know that is enough chemistry to be able to drive you to create something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So akaka balance waganti njakaleta do they even?
Acho no more video natana kaleta.
Mbozao.
You read the video wa bobo jimaze na kwa balance na no more video.
So lockdown yalituka ekiseera nga ebintu bizibu.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
It was crazy. I don't think it was an issue for me, to be honest, because I'm very optimistic. I always want to look at things, you know. But it was so hard during lockdown. I remember even my fellow directors would be on call. Man, Sikola. You know, it was so hard. Nga easy a bit. Bagava stickers. I remember getting a sticker from one TV station, lying that I'm a journalist. So what I will do is, I remember that time, I put on a sticker. I had a video shoot and I call a video shoot here, Zuli Times. Tabu. I would get from home and take my equipment to Wange. Remember, it's just me, one car with a sticker. Ninga Nenchima Vixen, Nenchima Matala, Nenchima crew, number dropping off at the location, different locations. Okay. I would wake up so early, then go pick the artist. There's a car in a sticker.
That's a lot of work.
It was so much. You see, we had to survive. You know, air security never means. Okay, now who are these people? Like, so it was so hard shooting a video during lockdown, but we managed.
I know, but why now over artists are videos because things changed so much in lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Videos wasigala nazonga.
Yeah, videos it was a tough time, but I think nange natuka nengamba, you know what, nakabei kanga kendeze kubanga artists were not making money. So I became a bit lenient. Whenever an artist would come through for a booking, I'm like, okay, fine, because we both have to survive. So I became a bit lenient as well when it came to the prices. Yeah.
Nachuka go shooting, right?
Yeah.
Washiba.
Yes.
I had Wakosa SIM.
Nakosa iPhone. We shot it with an iPhone. So mbera, I stayed in Busabala. Shiba bela munyonyo. I remember talking to Jeff Nangana, many blood, Koreoka, can't okay waka. Tugenza awana ngane tugenda kukola tutya location ninga baja tugana baja tukwata. I don't mind. Chize wakajangu tulabe. I think ngabula cameraman for bari
Yeah.
came with like a tripod. Nagamba it's okay shooting. Yeah, shooting. Engo inandina. Tandikira wa bedroom. So we went. This is actually Shiba's house. From her bedroom,
Yes.
started shooting.
Yagubikola.
Yeah, the idea was so dope that naturalizing aluvanyuma nengamba. Actually, what we did was an amazing idea.
Right.
Yeah, Jeff nainga nangamba gwe waitoyagala video eno naye nakugamba jakuba yakabi. The idea was dope. I think even when the MTV people saw it, was like, this is a nice idea. I like how you guys try to keep it under the COVID regulations.
Yes.
So
in the house.
it took me time. It took me a lot of time. And I remember when I was talking to Jeff, the video to it took me some time to realize actually we had done something so dope. Because I'm used to bigger things. I was a slave to.
Yes, I know.
You know,
lenses.
So I didn't think of it as a dope idea until later and people were really appreciating it. Oh wow.
Ngoloza kugundi ku linnya lyo brand yo
gamba
esimu n'ekikuba n'ekijjayo
ngenda shooting a video never bulungi and it became viral. Really became viral. I remember even the MTV Awards when they came here, the organizers specifically were like, okay, this is a nice idea. We need to do something like this. It's so bad. They had planned a performance for Shiba ngagenda kuimbira from her house for the MTV Awards inside the house. For that concept that we did. Wow. Yeah. But too bad the MTV Awards were cancelled, so yeah.
Wanga wagirabanga mutuufu nona nti esinze zekaali munju manyi wabeeranga munju mu covid olowooza gwe kagwe basibye
I know
katola ne Shiba shootingide munju ye
I know
kakati banaye Joel alemeddeko
I know but
kyakusalya bbanga ogi shooting
I just shot came mba inengo imekangamba ngoye 2-3 kale tutandike shooting in 3 hours the video was done
zaneka budget kali katono
tewali budget we just came and shot. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah. And I edited the video and then put it out. And it just became viral, man. I was like, wow. It's crazy.
Video ki gy'owulira gy'owakasinze okukola?
Kizibu.
Muyimba.
Kizibu, but
your favorites?
I've done videos. Naye njagala kwebaza abantu balinga babiri. I want first of all thank Jeff. Jeff, I remember when we did SASHA. We invested a lot. We invested a lot of time, a lot of money. And then the video got nominated for Video of the Year, MTV. Actually, the first and last video for a Ugandan director.
Okay.
Probably, I don't think, maybe. With Nabazi Komie or Simani, but Chajam Kisanyo. Then omusajja oyo bebe cool oyo. Wakabi nnyo.
Wakabi how?
Mwa muyite investor. He's a dreamer. He's very ambitious. Kubanga I remember, as a creative, we're crazy people. I would tell you know what, go in chat, we're gonna chopper. I'm a baby like Tom Cruise.
Okay.
So I thank Bebe Cool so much. Bebe, I would tell him so many ideas. He's one of the few artists who has really invested heavily, my dear. Probably, I don't think there will ever be any artist in the history of Uganda that has invested time, money in their craft like Bebe Cool has done. No, it's no joke, man. I remember when you got an idea na ngamba vibes, yeah, again America, I'm gonna shooting a video. But yeah, genda mwezi gumu odiloliyo nja kusanga tegeka buli kimu nze.
Okay.
This is now a month before the man arrives.
My God, okay.
Sends me 3 songs. Zija tugenda kola. So I went to the US. Remember Malayo mwezi looking for locations, bichi. The time that we put in the videos that we did wire because that's when it was a bit controversial. Try to know how we can be able to put Bebe Cool back in people's favors. And I think for me, he proved to me that when you put time in your craft, not you would they, people will still love it. Whether they love you or not, they will still.
And they will see it even.
So when we did Wire, it was so much. Anyway, we put in a lot of money. But that's not the issue here. I wouldn't want us to get into that. But it took time. And when he put out the songs, man, I was like, yes, this is it. Yenne yali nga wakanya bebe yadda mu line. Bw'aki nakugamba gwe nti bw'obudde give any craft time, put in as an investment, people will still love it.
But so, yeah. Abantu abateeka ssente nnyingi mu videos zino zikomeramu wa?
Zikomawo.
How?
So as a brand, you're creating a brand at the end of the day.
Okay.
If let's say I'm shooting a video for Ruth and I've positioned you to a certain extent, people
okay.
They fantasize, they want to be able to collaborate. Okay. So when I package myself very well, different brands will definitely want to work with me. That's where I'm endorsement deals. Also Uganda and to views in YouTube. So it's not much, but get so many different deals, so many because you're creating an awareness whereby never gana gamba go guy yakoze video tabu, let's book him, you know. So all these things when you package yourself right, you get so many opportunities that come with that.
I know.
Yeah.
Are you into films?
Yes. That has always been my plan A. Music videos has always been my plan B.
Plan B.
Kulanga, when I went to film school, I specifically went to study film. But I remember when I came back Nagamba, you know what, I need to survive at the end of the day. I'm looking at music videos in that way. So movies for me has always been my first love. And I think by 2020, I made the decision of, you know what, let me do my first film. And I remember getting a booking, and then we did a movie in Ghana and in the US. So they actually flew me to be the DOP camera. So yeah, we did one that is now on Amazon, Amazon Prime. It's called Sing or Not Searching. Okay. There's another one I'm doing right now. It's called Kamal. It's an Afrobeats film as well. That's how now I think I'll be going back to the US to finalize the movie.
Wow.
So that is my phase now.
So that's Uganda one. Is that phase?
Zaja. I was meant to work on 27 guns, but I had to step off as well.
Why?
So other issues. I was a bit
okay.
I wouldn't get into it, but I've gotten different movies and different projects. Now, I've always been careful not to do a project that is going to flop, because at the end of the day, in the industry, you have to think of that as well.
Okay.
So, but then
so basically,
I'm not in a rush to go anywhere. So movies for me is a very sensitive topic, in a way that when I get a script or an idea, I'm like, okay, what is the achievement? What are we trying to do? But man, never see it out, because it takes time. A movie, I'll go do a movie for 1 week. No, it takes time. There's pre-planning, planning, and then releasing the movie. That means
I know, right?
Put everything aside.
Yes.
Then you embark on that project. So it's a very sensitive topic for me. But I think I'm in that line now. I'm actually working on my other movie as well. I'll be shooting it in South Sudan.
Okay.
Right, South Sudan is because the locations that we wanted here in Uganda were not there, given the weather. So we wanted to get like a desert. So South Sudan was offering that location. It's perfect for that location. Yeah.
Do you write them?
I write. Personally, I don't like writing. It's a bit of a task, but I mostly collaborate with people. I give them my ideas, and then they write down those ideas that I have.
Okay.
But I write as well.
What is your mission, more films?
I think the mission is to be able to, because you see, this Uganda has so much history. There's so many stories to tell. And as an African, as a Pan-African, I always tell people, you see, siganyo wazungu bajana kola story wano nagenda naji releasing. But there is a way they tell these stories that is not African, you know. So as an African, it's very important not to let someone tell your story.
Yeah.
Because that will be his story. It's called history.
Yes.
So you I tried so much to be in a way that, you know what, let me tell these stories the most authentic way as an African, so that my fellow African be able to understand it. Because you see, abazungu wala bakola different scenes, like let's say love scenes. Africans were a bit slow, you know.
Yes, twatampola.
Yeah, tukwata mpola, you know, love.
Yes.
You know, kulaga from detail to detail. Wanangate onagenze wanagenze wanange twesanze. You know, all this. Maybe abazungu, they can. You see, some scenes are weird. You're like, no. Yeah,
Techiri normal.
Yeah, techiri normal. You know, so you, as an African, I tell the proper, authentic African story. Yeah.
So are you thinking of area vibes?
Yes. Now, I remember when I was starting, I remember going on set for Buddy. I don't know if you know Buddy, Bashir.
Yes.
Again, I was set here before I started filming. I was so amazing, man. I just wish. And set here that time they were shooting. I think This Is How We Do It, Keiko and Radio. And tinabagenda kusoma nenga ndaya dala man. Jala kuchiga, you know, ngamba it's okay. Jakuja kuset, jango berewo, you know. So it would be a big mistake if I leave this industry without putting up an institute to teach these young people.
Yeah.
The school is being worked on actually. I think by next year, SASHA VYBZ Film School will be open.
Inshallah.
So we've been pushing because it's an investment. You know, let's send it as well. I've gotten so many emails, so many little kids texting me vibes. Do you have a film school? Can I come on your shoot? So, you know what? I think the time is now for me to be able to put up an institute that trains people. I leave a skill. Of course, some of these things are not easy because it's personal investment. Right. So the school is coming up by next year.
Do you have what to set you?
Come again?
Do you allow people to set you?
I've allowed some people. Mostly, I never used to. Kuranga set solution, people come with different intentions. But yes, I've allowed some people to come on set. There a bit of some interns as well. Nevaja, Nevaiga. They see how we, and you know, you see, but they have so much passion for the industry. And they're so excited. They get to meet the artists. So we've been doing that slowly by slowly. But I think after we put up the film school, the whole idea is to try to make sure that we don't only teach kids theory, but we do like a proper immersion of what a director goes through. They come on our sets, they see how these artists breathe and live and how they take, how we do these shoots. So we're trying to make sure that we give each student a first-hand experience of a director and what they go through.
My mentors
were Bali. My mentors were Bali. I would first say my dad, been my number one mentor.
Okay.
Because he showed me the way. He told me, you know what, Ian, now that you've gone to work, gone to film school, whatever you have to do, do it. Never let pride or the ego take over. Because the moment you do that, you'll be so blind that you won't even remember where you came from and what has actually put you there. So always stay humble. My dad is a very humble guy. So always stay humble. No matter what you've achieved, no matter the small things you have, stay humble. Because that is the greatest weapon you can ever use to survive in this life. So he's been my number one mentor. Apart from other people that I've met along the way as well. The first guy who gave me a chance to be a photographer was called Kibi. Kibi aliya kolera ku African Images. I don't know if you remember that time, that studio.
Yes.
He's the first guy who gave me a chance to come and learn photography. Because you know what, I want to learn how to do photography. But it's okay. Studio. So I remember I would walk from Kansanga to Zambia. That time before my still hotel out. So I would walk all the way out. Barracks, I think.
Yes.
So to go to Wandegea, the next day come back. So it was a hustle. I don't want people to think I just came out of nowhere, man. For me, there's always been a struggle from day one, and I'm really thankful for what I've managed to achieve, even from humble beginnings that I came from. Now I'm talking if the clients to come and book me, and it's always been I never took anything for granted, and I think for me that's why I was able to achieve and do the things I've managed to do in the industry, because I've always taken each and every job as an opportunity and try to make sure I prove myself as the best, So yeah.
So laki kikufula best because abantu bangi bakoze videos and stuff. Omuntu asobola kujja bujja wuwo okola. Ng'era kyokola ekyenjawulo.
I'm very passionate. I love the game.
Okay.
I eat, breathe, think, sleep, creating. I love the game, man. It wasn't about the money. Nze nganze mbyagala nnyo era osobola okuntuuza wano ne bwe tompadde emmere naye nga tonyumya how to create.
Yes.
I'll be there. I'll make sure I make it happen. So I love the game. And I think that's one thing the young people need to know, that kintu bw'oba okyagala most of the time, it ends up becoming bigger than you think, because if you put so much passion into anything that you're doing, yeah. So I love. No. I love it. We can talk, we'll discuss. I want to learn as well. However much I've been in the game, I still want to learn
even
more.
Now.
Yeah.
Wow.
It never stops.
Okay.
So my ears are always open, and I have to make sure with the things that I know, I still stay humble, but still learn and do so much research.
Okay.
So the industry never stops. All of the director babeera myaka 9 nga bakyashootinga movies naye nga kyali ku set. Scorsese's, James Cameron. These are very old people.
He's my best.
James Cameron. So yeah, it's and it takes time. It's a passion-driven thing, because these movies, I think you've watched Avatar.
Yes.
Took him almost like 10 years to do that movie. Even the first time he wanted to do the movie, the technology wasn't there. So he had to wait 10 years for the technology to be evolved and do Avatar.
He's so patient.
Man, so you have to love the game, man. Come on.
I know.
You have to love the game.
Often turn off school sets.
Artists not keeping time. People not being professional. It can be a bit disappointing. Kubanga gwa mukedde. Or you could set your ideas. You have boiling ideas. So someone comes 5 hours late. Of course, Kamara come back against the ones,
You're not be evaporating.
And I tell you, because you remember, see, the video has to be out. No. It's a bit disappointing, to be honest. Other things I would say, maybe locations. Most of the time, people locations are. It can also be a bit of a challenge. Yeah.
Crafts, like your hobbies.
Oh, my hobbies. Thank you so much for asking that. I love what they call. I call myself an island boy. But island boy, what does that mean? I love being next to the water.
Oh, okay.
I love being next to the water. Anything to do with water.
Are you a fish?
I mean, I think in my other life I was a fish. I must have been. So I'm into boat business.
Okay.
It's something that I started. I've always loved it. Shout out to Peter Miles. He's one of those guys who really. But you know what, man? Once I think I need to buy some boats and put up. So I'm into boat business. We do, let's say, boat cruises and stuff.
Yes. So you hire?
Yes, okay. I hire them out as well to people, and then tenders as well. Currently working with Divine Resort.
Yes.
So we're the one who give them boat services as well. So yeah.
How expensive are you?
Not expensive. No, not expensive. You see, Uganda, I think around a bit of some fear when the boat accident happened. And I remember a friend of mine always tells me, you know what, Vibes, if you're going to do business, always go where there's a big risk. Why? Because this is something people ignored.
Yes.
That could still be reestablished again if you follow the regulations and rules of being on water. So we've tried so much. We've tried so much to bring back that confidence. You tell them the rules and regulations on the water.
Jackets is what
put people in, yes, I want to wear jackets.
Yes.
let them not over, you know. So I've tried to bring that back, and I think slowly by slowly, I've started with one boat. So far now there are two.
Wow.
So we want to make sure we expand and get to a point whereby we even do boat festivals.
Yes.
People come and do like their
Boat
festival.
like boats as well as okay.
Yes, boats is very cause of Kanga. People just come, chill, do a festival, enjoy the live music, and go home.
I can't wait for that.
If you've seen something like that in Greece, I think they always do that as well. So yeah, that is my end goal.
Okay.
Eventually. So that's my other side hustle. I also do farming as well on the side. Put up a farm. You know, you have to when you're in this industry, you don't have to think about one thing, you know, alone. So yeah, those are my two things that I'm doing on the side. Easy, no.
Easy how?
No. I'm a happy guy.
Muchiga?
I'm a very happy guy. Muchiga. Like you can't stress me. You can't. You see, for me, it takes a lot for someone to take off my mood.
Yes.
Because I'm always happy. I'm vibes every day. Yeah, most of my people know that. You know what, this guy, man, is a bad energy. Like,
yes.
Take your bad energy somewhere else. But we're just talking about good stuff.
Oh.
I don't like backbiting people. I don't like small talk.
Yeah.
See now with the way we're
Tobera mukazi.
So I'm always chilled. I just like, you know, learning and, you know, talking to sharing different ideas with people. Yeah, that's one thing about me. However much most people are intimidated, I don't know why, because of the hair,
the height, the physique. Yeah, the guy you like a similar.
But when you get to know me, I'm the easiest guy to be with. Yeah.
So omuntu aba yetaze ngatumba mukisenga aba yetaze okozesa kwebyo byoyogeddeko like the bots.
Yeah. You can reach us. We have a page called VYBZ Cruise.
Okay.
Or my page, SASHA VYBZ Director. I always post videos and the numbers. So they can reach out to us. I'm at Oegali. Let them feel free to come. It's very safe. Bunny jackets. Anyone can just come and enjoy the boat. Because it's, you see, it is so underutilized in a certain in a way that most people don't know how beautiful it is. No good day. Of course, we follow all the rules and regulations. You have a good time on the lake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have numbers?
Yeah, the numbers are there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
You can give out to audience 0708 058 104.
Okay.
VYBZ Cruise Wojikubako. They will take in your order and then you make a booking. Whereas make bookings at least 48 hours. Because the you know, planning or cleaning, you have to make sure the safety precautions are followed. So 48 hours, we're taking the bookings and then
boat cruise.
Please.
So getting like zikira dala. The artist naming other names. What message do you have for them? You only made double job bagama face to face. What are you to me, to whom it may concern?
I think what else we're into running number. I think our artists are very comfortable with what they have already and the industry they're in, which I think is not good. We are very talented human beings, we Ugandans. We don't know how much we can achieve if we both put our minds together, collaborate, and push the industry. Personally, I took a break last year. Another POV. And you know what? Church guy in industry of breaking her out. I remember a friend of mine I'm half Uganda talking to
yeah,
I know. Too much, but okay. But I was like, you know what? I don't think it's that, but I just wish artists would think of what is next for us. Afrobeats has opened up a whole huge industry. That Nebo Uganda right now in the US, it's the most streamed playlisted music. So as an African artist, there's a bigger chance right now of making it out there. Bigger chance of making so much money. I mean, you see Banner Boys, they've come here. The Thames.
Yes.
Do you know how big she is now? These people put in so much to not to be comfortable back home only, but also to elevate the industry. So I would just humbly request if artists can also try and push also, but the sound is also very important. I know we have our local sound, but I've always pushed. I think most of the times I think artists would come to me and go, you know, vibes, it's title here, get to know more. I love those artists who really think of that. But I think it's time to push the sound, get something unique, and join the Afrobeats industry, because there's so many opportunities that are out there for these people. Okay. So if they can jump on the bandwagon, and we push the industry. Tensaba. Tensaba. Tensaba chokka.
Tenza nyo tweyanze. So nakolale bwoti bwe tubadde bakwano. Mubeere bulungi. Tuli mu vibe njereere. Bye.
I like that.